So welcome back to our channel. I'm Andrew Thomas from Sunseeker Mallorca.
And I'm Tom Wills from Sunseeker Torquay. And I'm delighted to be here with my great friend and colleague Andrew Thomas. And we're on board this lovely Sunseeker Sport Yacht 65, which is one of Andrew's central listings. We're down here just off the shore of Sota Grande, and we're going to give you a full tour of this boat, showing you all three cabins, garage, the Sport Yacht, flybridge, and how the IPS works. So let's go. So Andrew, you supplied this boat to the current owners. You know the spec more than I do. So give me some of the critical details. What should I know?
Well, we didn't make too many major changes, but lots of small detail changes, including this custom design handle on the back. So when you're arriving up to the back cockpit, you've got more hand grip. Normally the handrail finishes here. That was just a small element. Going up, you've got your stern winches. So for med yachting, the winches are perfect for pulling the boat back in on the bow line.
Yeah.
This one's got the upgraded Lumishore underwater light system, underwater and side deck, so you've got
nice.
the multi-colours.
Oh, cool.
So you can disco effect it if that's your fancy, or you can have it just mood lighting with different shades, different colours.
Nice.
So that's one of the other options.
And you've got the extended seating in the aft cockpit here as well.
Yeah, so a standard boat has a wet bar and the seating finishes here. We've got the C-shaped seating with the hydraulic table, the carbon fibre table as well, so it's just not a lacquered one. Folds over. Comes together with your coffee table.
And there's a good size area, isn't it? And here you could have a couple of directors' chairs there.
Yeah, a couple of extra chairs here, and you can get easily 6, maybe 8 people comfortably around the table.
So behind me then, I know we're doing cabins later, but so I think you told me earlier that's access to a crew cabin.
Yeah, so the stairs actually lift up. So if you had children on board or anything else, the stairs can be lifted out the way, so there's no chance of going on the flybridge. And then the crew cabin is accessed through this hatch here.
We'll look at that a bit later.
We'll go down there in a bit.
Sun awning as well, so we've got electric sun awning on the back here. I really like that feature on the 65s. It's a lovely...
It's a one-touch solution, automatically goes out, you can stop it wherever you like. Great for getting some shade in here in the afternoon.
Yeah, really nice feature. What I love on these 65s, it's so much attention to detail. You've got these LED lighting strips in the rear ceiling here on the aft cockpit. Synthetic decking as well on the 65s.
Yeah, so love it or hate it, it actually has some of the best practicalities over teak. It doesn't fade. If you need to repair it, it can be repaired within hours.
Cut sections
literally
out.
within hours. So it's a really practical and functional way of having the decking. I mean, and it still looks like teak.
Ahead of the full video, I've had the advantage of having a quick look around this boat, and it's in great condition. I mean, it's very clean, it's very well presented. It's a great. I mean, how many hours did you say it's done? 100 and...
I think by the time we finish today, I'll have 158 hours on the clocks from new, so hardly anything. The Williams tender in the garage, which we'll show you a bit later on, has only got 8 hours as well from new, so it's lightly used, but the owner's very particular.
And I think keep watching, because the garage area on these 65s is a really special area. Andrew and I did a video some time ago back in Mallorca, and we were dodging the rain showers, but we did a full video on the features of the wet bar, which we can probably link in this video somewhere if I keep pointing. But it's a really, really good video to go and look at. So should we have a look at the saloon? Yeah, let's walk through. So obviously you arrive in the saloon, you've got the galley. We've got fridge, ice maker, dishwasher, melee oven, melee hob. You know, it's fully appointed in the galley area. Good storage space with crockery above here. Really practical space, because most of the time you're spending the time out the back. It's those windows. I mean, I always say this at boat shows, it's one thing seeing these boats at a boat show, but actually seeing them out on the water with that view is just unreal, isn't it? It's incredible.
And it's not just the side windows on the 65, it's the main panoramic helm window, which has no obstructions apart from the corner mullions. So when you're actually looking forward from here, as you are now, the vantage is just incredible.
I mean, we're having to dodge the swell a bit here today, haven't we? So we have got a bit of movement going on. The gyro's running, and we've got very little, if not any, side-to-side movement. We've got a bit of pitch, which of course you're always going to get, but that gyro really is working well today. Yeah,
I mean, we're sat here with a 1.5–2 metre roll or pitch of wave outside, and obviously the bow is bobbing up and down, but there's virtually no lateral movement whatsoever. It's amazing.
Very good, very good. So lower helm, I think, if you want to go up and have a quick look at that on camera with Nathan, just go through the...
Yeah, we'll get to lower helm. Just don't forget, in here we've got Rise and Fall TV in here, Samsung, which is fully linked to Netflix and everything else, smart TV. Lower helm, it's all Garmin, which all links perfectly with Volvo. We've got, obviously that is being IPS, you've got the joystick. This boat's got DPS as well, the dynamic positioning system. So she'll hold the boat, which you can hear now where she's just holding it on the spot. You've also got the retro gauges with the rev counters. And you'll also notice the forward, neutral and reverse pops up every so often as it engages gear. Just a little bit of a quirky something on these boats.
An electric window, lower helm.
Electric side window, and also you've got the electric lifting window on the top.
And I mean, with the amount of glass we've got in here, Andrew, we haven't got the aircon on today, but I think it's important to note that it has got obviously full aircon through the whole boat, including crew cabin and.
Yeah, so crew cabins. It's got the upgraded chiller, so it's a 4-chiller system, so it's actually going to cope with the glass and the heat up here really well.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I think we've got another captain upstairs, so there is somebody driving the boat. We don't want anyone to think this boat's driving itself, but we have got Mark upstairs. So I think it's probably about time we run this boat back towards Soto Grande.
Yep.
And see what she performs like.
Let's go and give her a run.
Let's give it a go. Before we actually go up top, Andrew, I think it's probably good to show the viewers the side deck access, and that's another really important feature on these 65s, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the 65 boasts such a wide side deck. You'll notice when Tom and I walk up that actually we're not touching the sides. You know, it's really spacious, really nice and easy to walk up, safe.
I always say this, and I sound like a broken record, but it encourages you to use your space. You know, ease of access encourages you to use what is a great space forward. We've got this great sun pad feature. We've got tilting backrests on there, and then you've got a lovely bench seat, USB charging, speakers, the full works.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get any better, really. It's also, this boat has also got the carbon fibre sunshade as well, so you've got 4 carbon fibre poles, which will then locate forward and aft, and then you've got this sail that sits in to give you protection on a nice hot sunny day.
We'll try and cut to a photo of that. We haven't got the ability to do that today, but we'll try and cut to a photo. Come on, Andrew, let's head up to the upper helm.
Follow me.
Go and find Mark. And what a space you've got up here. I mean, this is such a cool space. It's so different. We've got Mark here just temporarily holding station for us. Give us a wave, Mark. Doing a great job there, keeping us on station. So yeah, so up here we've got this central sunbathing section at the stern of,
which has got tilting backrests as well, so you can sunbathe facing aft,
lovely, I like that.
or sunbathe facing forward. You've got a fridge next to as well, so you're never far away from a cold drink.
One single beer in there.
Charging point as well for your phone. And the key thing has to be these seats.
I mean, you can see Mark sat in the chair there. I mean, it's very comfortable, isn't it, Mark? You've got IPS control. You can see you've got your feet there. If I just bring you round, it's quite good to have Mark as a demonstration actually there. Just how really, really nice. And then you've got the central throttle controls. You've got a repeater for the Garmin up top, a wireless charger for your phone, obviously VHF and things. So a very, very nice bit. So I think it's about time Andrew gets behind the helm and we give this boat a little bit of a run back. We have, like I said, we have got a bit of a swell out here. Never looks like it on camera, but we have.
Let's give it a go. It's past 5 o'clock.
There we go. So we'll start heading back. We're just going to get the drone in the air just so we can get some running footage. And yeah, keep watching and we'll come back to you in a second. So Andrew, we've picked up the speed a bit now. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise on the mics, but what's amazing with these IPS boats is just how smooth they are, aren't they? I mean, we're not going too fast because we've got a drone in the air, we're doing 16 knots, but what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's just so smooth. The acceleration actually is really good. So as soon as you just give it a little bit of oomph, she gets up on the plane and lifts off. But it's also very nimble. So when you're steering, it literally, you know, she's just very positive in the water when we steer.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, isn't it? Even though it's a big boat, it's still got that sporty feel. It's still got that sports boat.
It's got the agility, I would say, of a sort of 50-foot speedboat, but in a 65-footer. And actually, in this position, in these seats, it exaggerates that even more so.
Well, let's come behind Andrew here and Mark and just look at how comfortable those seats look. Got the sun setting there over to the west. We've got Rock of Gibraltar just up there in the distance. But it's just a magnificent way to show you how great this boat is. It really is. And I just love this driving position. It really is smart. And Andrew's making it look very, very easy. We've got the drone up in there in the sky, and I'm sure we'll cut to some content now, and I'm sure you'll agree, it looks absolutely awesome. Andrew and Mark are up top. I've just brought you down now to the aft cockpit just to show you how smooth she is. I mentioned up top the IPS system being that bit, how smooth it is. I'll just bring the camera around here. We're doing sort of just under 20 knots now, pushing through the weather, but it's very, very comfortable. Let's bring you in now to the saloon where we've got Nathan. take you down to this lower helm. And of course, if you're doing a slightly longer passage, this would be a more comfortable place to be. And with that single piece windscreen, it's giving you great visibility through the screens. We are taking a bit of spray over on that port side, just shows you that, you know, it is quite rough out here, but with that gyro on and the IPS system, it's very, very smooth. And yeah, we're making good progress. So Andrew, as we approach Sottogrande, great run back there just from the little bay, slightly to the east. And I'm sure the viewers enjoyed watching the drone footage there.
Yeah, we came in, it was, we got a bit of a cross swell coming through, but the boat handled it really well, fantastic really. It was the stabiliser and the speed we're doing, it lifts up so well on the sea at 17 knots, but no effort whatsoever, wonderful.
So just as we go back in the marina wall here, perhaps when you get a moment, just show the viewers how the IPS system works. I know at the moment you're still on the wheel and on the stick, so you're still driving the boat conventionally with the throttles and the wheel. But perhaps when we come around this breakwater now, I know we've done a full video of this before, but it might be quite a nice way just to show the viewers how the IPS system works.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just taken off the throttles now, so just going into neutral, just slowing it down. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the joystick for the docking position, or control. You hear that beep. And now everything's on the joystick. So if I want to bring it to a bit of a halt, I'm just going to use it just with the tip of my finger, really gentle. You just feel the boat coming to a stop. It's all about just really nice gentle procedures with it. So now we're going to go forward. Normally in this large air area I wouldn't be using the IPS yet. I'd still use the throttles and the wheel, but for the purposes of showing how it all works. And if I just twist it a little bit to the right, you can see the bow of the boat's now moving around steering port. And then just going to take my finger off, straighten up. And then again,
it's definitely a very clever system, and you've still got a bow thruster, so if you did want to drive it on the conventional sticks, then you could.
Yeah, quite happily. I mean, it's very responsive actually. If you want to drive it in a conventional manner, using it on like a shaft idea, it's also very responsive like that. The thruster's quite useful just to keep the bow in line. But you can just see I'm just going to give it a little twist a bit forward. If it's nice and gentle, you just get a little bit of a lean there if you get too much on it. But actually, if you just do it nice and gently, you don't get any lean, no roll on the boat. It's just easy, it's effortless, really.
Okay, well, I think your crew, aka myself, needs to go and put the fenders out for you. So I will go and do that, and then we'll rejoin you when we're back in the arena, and we'll go and look at the cabins.
Perfect, see you there.
It's been really great to take this boat out there and just get a feel for how awesome this 65 is.
Yeah, totally. I mean, wasn't the greatest day out there, but the boat handles the sea amazingly well. So yeah. So
I know we've spoken about the cabin layout on here. We've got 3 cabins. We've got the Grand Master on this particular boat. So should we take us down and go and have a look?
Yeah, let's go and have a look. I'll show you down.
From you, Nathan. I'll follow Andrew around.
First thing I think you notice as you come down the stairs from the saloon is this large companion hallway area, exaggerated by this large mirror.
Yeah, that mirror's incredible. And that's all lit at night. I mean, it's a shame we actually said about trying to do this in the evening, didn't we?
Yeah, perhaps we can get a bit of footage later on and put some images in. But we go off into 3 cabins. You've got the starboard twin cabin, 2 good sized cabin, full size beds with full head height all the way around, and ensuite tucked in around the corner, which for a 65-foot boat, really good size, large showers.
Yeah, amazing ensuite. Bear in mind, like you say, a 65-foot boat. It's 3 ensuite cabins. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and then of course the other thing, of course, which we'll mention in a minute, is the actual additional 4th head for a day head, which again on 65-foot boat is outrageous, really. Going forward, you've got the forward VIP. You can see, even though we're on the mooring now, the amount of light coming in through the windows into this cabin space.
Yeah, amazing. And the way the boat's dressed by the owners is really nicely done. Very tasteful, isn't it, in there?
Yeah, the owner's got quite an eye for detail, interior design.
Television, smart television, forward cabin.
And don't forget, on all of the 65s as well, you get the smart charger next to the bed on both sides in its own recessed tray.
Nice little level.
Small little detail, but quite useful in the modern day.
Very nice. So you say this is an ensuite cabin as well?
Yep. Ensuite here. Good sized shower, a rain shower at the top. Again, you've got the windows as well, bringing the light into the heads, which is unusual.
Those drone footage photos we took earlier on, you'll see that just how huge those high windows are.
Side windows, yeah.
And then the day heads. I mean, I'm still flabbergasted on these 65s how they've managed to fit in 4 heads.
I think this is. I think the four heads and that twin cabin is where you get the real feel of how wide this boat is. I mean, we did the side decks earlier, and you can see how wide they are, so it's really safe as you walk around. But when you come below deck, this is where you can feel the real volume of the boat.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the Grandmaster.
How does this differ from the standard layout then? You've got
So a standard boat, non-Grandmaster, this would be the door to the cabin here. This would then either be a utility or a fourth cabin. But the Grandmaster does really, by its real name really, it gives you that feeling of grandeur as you walk into the cabin space.
wow, this is a mega cabin, isn't it? And the lighting in here is spectacular.
Yeah, and it's all dimmable as well, so you've got different, the feature lights around the top and the spotlights are all separate, so you can dim those down. A lovely bit of detail in the headboard here, really exaggerating the old Sunseeker style. This is actually an original Sunseeker logo from the early boats.
Sunseeker heritage.
Heritage is showing through.
Huge television here as well. And then you've got ensuite the master here, so excuse the reflections.
You can see
excuse the Hertz flicker there. We do struggle sometimes in the heads with a Hertz flicker, but apologies for that.
And then you've got wardrobes.
So I know storage is always a comment from owners, isn't it, about where is for storage, how much storage you've got. So it's storage here, we've got storage all the way along there.
We've got storage cupboards along here, which are really nice because they're really deep lockers.
Yeah.
So they're actually going back the full depth of the cupboard space, so they're not
Yeah.
shallow. And then you've got the wardrobe both sides, which mimic each other.
Safe as well, sat
Yeah.
down and then.
And then obviously with the Grandmaster, you gain the additional storage and the vanity desk or office desk in this space, which you wouldn't ordinarily have.
Yeah, there's a couple more drawers there and a bit more storage and shelving. And this really makes this cabin very special, doesn't it? Like you say, Grandmaster.
And then, of course, no cabin should be without its own personal fridge, which my personal like is the fact it's full of beer. Yeah, additional refrigeration on the boat was what was
really
required.
useful.
We fitted this after post-delivery, actually, because the owner wanted a bit more refrigeration. So that space could be changed back out for a washer, dryer, wine fridge, but he wanted that additional refrigeration.
Should we go and have a look in the crew cabin?
Yeah, should we?
Shall we?
Let's go up there.
So we jumped down into the crew cabin, which is accessed in the aft cockpit down this ladder. And there's quite a lot of room down here, to be fair, when you're here.
I think the access getting in isn't maybe the simplest, but actually when you get down here, it's a fully usable cabin. So underneath where you're sat with the camera, Tom, is the toilet. There's a lift-up lid there, so there's a toilet in there. We've got the sink here, which has got storage, loads of storage around, all the way around, and underneath the sink as well.
Yes,
And then
full-time.
you've got a washer dryer in here. And then you've got this huge storage space as well on this side here, and a single bed underneath.
So great occasional cabin if you ever needed it for a deckhand or captain. And you've also got seakeeper controller spot up here. So.
Yeah, so for captain, the idea being if the captain's down here and overnight time it starts to roll up a bit, then he can actually get the seakeeper running. But it's good storage. It's, you know, as I say, the access is maybe not as clean as other boats, but for the size of the boat, for the way that you'd need a captain, it's perfectly more than adequate, I would say.
Well, the day's starting to get on now, so should we probably go up to the bow and get this video wrapped up?
Yeah, let's do that. It's perfect.
Back here in Sotto Grande, we've lost the sun here on the back, so hopefully the light's okay. But we've got to show you this tender garage. We mentioned it earlier on. What a space, real key part of this boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. The principal idea is that you've got one big flat deck. Once all the garage is empty, it's this big beach club. That was the idea of it. The shower above, obviously the lights, bit of mood lighting.
Can I say, have you put purple lights on to match the purple seating on the Williams?
Yeah, it may well have been an idea.
That is smart, very
Also
smart.
do red, blue.
Only Sunseeker Mallorca could do that. So, like you say, flat floor. You've got your standard launch recovery winch controller there. You've got the overhead light controllers, and then these are actually colour changing lights up here, aren't they? So you can decide. So yeah. Oh.
The Williams launch system to make it easy for launching the tender. Platform goes under the water. Easy launch, easy recovery. Nice and easy.
Really good.
Really simple. But the main thing is the space. I mean, it's all one flat surface, and you've got a massive space inside.
So you could put a jet ski on the platform if you wanted to.
Just go to the platform.
If you wanted to.
Williams in the back.
Yeah,
You
perfect.
can
Couple paddleboards.
set up paddleboards. You can put sea bobs in here. I mean, there's enough space for all the toys.
And we've got golf clubs and a fairly serious fishing rod I can spot there.
Fishing rods and two sets of golf clubs. The other clubs are inside.
Oh, okay. I think we should probably look at wrapping this video up now, Andrew, because it's probably a good one, but hopefully quite a long one. I think what we'll do is let's head up and we'll finish this up on the bow because we need to go and get back in that sunshine. Let's go and finish it in the sun. So as we said, back down at the stern, it's be rude not to wrap this video up sat in the sun on this beautiful bow area. Thank you, Andrew, for letting me come with you and film this boat.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Nathan, for helping out as well with the drone and the imagery that everyone will see. I think it's been hopefully it's been an informative look at this stunning 65 sport yacht that's sat here for sale. Just been recently reduced, so
Great buy for somebody.
Somebody will find a lovely new owner.
Don't forget, the full details for this particular boat will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and if you're feeling really kind, leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see next on channel. Anything else we haven't covered, please do let us know. Andrew obviously knows the boat in a huge amount of detail, so contact us for more information. Thanks for watching.